So here is the cemetery. I mean, you can see straight across is some white houses they built, or some, I don't know if they're homes or if they're condos or whatever they are. But either way, they're homes, condos, or actual house, you know. But it's straight across there, and they had the entire, on that side where they were doing the construction, they had the entire fence down. So everybody was kind of speculating as to whether or not they were kind of overtaking some cemetery land while doing it. We'll walk over there and check it out, because it's like it's the driveway to this place, to the homes. It's like they turned it into a couple streets in there, and we'll walk in there and see what the deal is. It looks like they've cleaned the area up a lot lately. I remember on this street there was a lot of homeless people kind of camping out in cars here. Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am here in Fremont, California. I don't know if you guys remember, a year or two, maybe 2 years ago or so, I uploaded a video from the Centerville Pioneer Cemetery over here, and how the I guess the city had okayed a couple of developments, like homes, to be built right next to the cemetery, and how they had the cemetery, some of the gate taken down, and there was possibly some question on whether or not they were overstepping their boundaries with the construction going into the cemetery, or, you know, overtaking some of the cemetery grounds for the new homes that were being built. Well, I'd said all along that I was going to go do a revisit when they were done building those homes. So the homes are done. They've been done for a while. I just haven't had a chance to get out here yet and do these videos. But we're going to go check it out and see exactly, you know, where the homes are, you know, where the cemetery is, and the homes, and how close the homes actually are to the cemeteries. That last video I did got a lot of attention. There were a lot of people that were angry that, you know, they were building homes so close to the cemetery. So we're going to go check it out and see what the end result is. So let's go. So here is the cemetery. I mean, you can see straight across is some white houses they built, or some, I don't know if they're homes or if they're condos or whatever they are. But either way, they're homes, condos, or actual house, you know. But it's straight across there, and they had the entire, on that side where they were doing the construction, they had the entire fence down. So everybody was kind of speculating as to whether or not they were kind of overtaking some cemetery land while doing it. We'll walk over there and check it out, because it's like it's the driveway to this place, to the homes. It's like they turned it into a couple streets in there, and we'll walk in there and see what the deal is. It looks like they've cleaned the area up a lot lately. I remember on this street there was a lot of homeless people kind of camping out in cars here, and it seems like it's gotten a lot better. So let's go to the other side and see how close the finished homes are to everything. Unfortunately, here they got for some reason they got the gate locked, so I got to call the phone number to access. So that's no bueno. But it looks like they got garbage bags in there. They're cleaning up all the like, you know, trimmings of them gardening in here. So they're actually cleaning it up in here, which is a really good thing. But yeah, this used to be wide open. I guess they don't, you know, you gotta call. That's a lot of old cemeteries now. You gotta call to gain access in there. This is the actual sign. Interesting. sign, a little history on it. Yeah, they're in there. So here is, so I guess the answer is no, they weren't overtaking any cemetery grounds, because you can see where how far it is. This is the driveway into the complex here, to the homes, and this is right here. Doesn't look like they really overtook anything to build anything, because I do believe this little ditch here was always here. But they had the fence down, I know that. I don't know what they were doing with that, because I couldn't come over here because of the construction. I couldn't come over here. But I do believe that this is where the fence has always been. Maybe they put new blocks in. That's what they did. Those stone blocks there that the fence is resting on. But yeah. Maybe I'll cut some footage of the inside of the cemetery. If I'm not able to get in today, maybe I'll cut in some footage of my last visit to this cemetery. But yeah, they got a place to drive in if they have to. Oh, it looks like they're doing some work in there. That's probably why no one can go in right now, because it looks like they're doing some work. They've got some extra cement blocks in there, and it looks like they're laying out a path in here or something like that. But yeah, I'll call the number on the gate, and like I said, if I can't get entry today, I will cut in some footage of the cemetery that I've got from a previous visit. But yeah, this is where we're at here. It just goes all the way around the border. So I guess from what I could tell, nothing shady was going on with the construction, which is a good thing, you know. There used to be a lot of garbage in here and a lot of overgrown. There at least looks like they're cleaning it up. So that is a good thing. Would love to get in here today, but we'll see how it works. I don't know if I have to wait for somebody, if they've got somebody to come let me in. I really don't know what's going on with that, but like I said, in the very least, I got some stock footage of this cemetery I could put in. And there's the homes. And there's the cemetery. Yeah, but like I said, from what I could tell, this is where the fence has always been. So they must have had it down. I don't know why. Maybe it looked like they were storing some supplies in here when they weren't, you know, working. They had some, like, I remember I saw things stacked up on the edges when the fence was down. They had some like things stacked, looked like construction supplies. So maybe they used it for temporary storage. I don't know. But yeah. Some of these headstones are so old they've fallen over and cracked. Looks like in recent years there's been bricks placed down in memory of certain people here that have died in recent years. There's another headstone that fell, probably just due to age. What I've noticed about people who are buried here, some of them died old, but a lot of them, shockingly, died very young, is what I've noticed. Back in the 1800s, people were dying young of, I'm sure, different diseases and everything else. But I've noticed that some of the ages were like 19 years of age. They had passed. We got a captain buried right here. Like I said, some of these stones are just so old. It's like you can see where there's writing on them, but you really just can't make it out. This gray stone right here looks like it's newer, like maybe it was replaced in recent years. And then there's this headstone right here. It looks like it's sinking into the ground, or it sank into the ground. And some of these are just overrun with leaves and plant life. Doesn't seem like the city of Fremont keeps it up too well as far as the landscaping goes. There's certain graves that are really overdrawn with branches or leaves or whatever. Interesting. There's a construction site over here. They're building homes and apartments around here. As you can see in the background, there's apartments all around this place. That one. One of these people died at age 19. It's incredible, but I know there's a broken stone right there that fell over. Like I said, I know a lot of these people, you know, back in the day, there were horrible diseases and things people were dying of, and I'm sure the medical aspect of it wasn't what it is today. So some of these people were extremely young. Wow. This has got a little gate around it, rusted little gate. Some of these people died in Oakland, San Francisco, and some even here locally in Fremont. Huh. Interesting. Some of these people were buried here in the 70s too. Some of these people were fairly recent. Not super recent, but more recent than I had realized. Interesting. Like I said, a lot of these stones look like they have sunk into the ground a little bit. Hear the crows. Yeah, a lot of these stones are well, maybe the stones were supposed to be down because they're, it looks like some of them are embedded in some kind of concrete foundation. So maybe some of these stones were meant to be face down, or down on their backs. Oh, there's a squirrel. There's a last name of Blakehow on these stones, and there's a street here in Fremont named Blakehow. I wonder if they're named after some of these people in here. This whole family looks like it's all Blakehow. One of the main streets in Fremont is called Blakehow. Probably has a connection, I'm sure. These are some old school peeps. There's some graves under the tree over here by itself. Interesting. $18.99, 1856. Woo, man. That one is old. As you can see, there's a lot of branches that have fallen. Like I said, the landscaping is not what it should be for a cemetery. I guess the city doesn't really do a whole lot to keep it up, unfortunately. This is some history in here, I'm sure. Some of these people, some of these names I've heard before. Some of these names are people named after, some streets were named after some of these people, it seems like. So they should do more to upkeep this historic spot. Being that's very old. Very small, but very old. They should do a little bit more to, I feel, to keep up with the history part of it and keep it. Yep. This was, or is, the cemetery. My guess is they have it padlocked off. Like I said, they're doing work in there, and I guess they don't want nobody to go in there and mess it up while they're still doing it. A lot of these old pioneer cemeteries anymore, sometimes you can't, there is no free access to them. You got to call a number. There's one up the street here that I've been trying to get into, and I think that's another one where you got to call a number to get in. But I don't know if it's a pioneer cemetery, but it's another cemetery out here. But yes, there we go. See the White House is across. Are they there could be condos, I don't know. Some of those weird single family homes, they look weird. They build them up instead of like, you know, wide. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like it could be a condo complex to me. But yeah, I remember they used to have, when this was open, where you could go in, they used to have cats living here, and they had little kennels for them to sleep in and stuff. Looks like the kennels are gone too. I mean, they're really taking everything out of here. It looks cleaner. It doesn't look as cluttered. There was a lot of garbage in here. There was a lot of broken, you know, greenery, branches falling off the trees in here. There was a lot of mess in here before. And I could see the bags over there. It looked like they'd been trimming stuff in here. So that's a good thing. But yeah. So, a little news flash here. I ran into a resident, and you know, he thought I was trying to get someone's attention that worked in the cemetery. I guess there's a guy maybe working in there too. And I said, no, I explained to him what I was doing. I have a YouTube channel. I explore old historic cemeteries. You know, and I was explaining to him that I was doing this follow-up video here. And we were talking about I did my last video, how people were wondering if they kind of overstepped the boundaries and built over into some of the old cemetery. And he's been a long-time resident here, so he knows. And he said, yes, they actually did a little bit. And they actually moved some graves. They condensed, I guess, several people of a family into one grave, like a big grave. They moved a couple. But basically, he said, from what he could tell, they did it the right way. They had the coroner out here. They got permission. So yes, I guess the addition to this video is, yes, they did overtake some graves. They didn't build over anybody, but they moved some graves around to another location of the cemetery. So I still kind of think that's unfortunate, but the guy I talked to was really nice. His name was Mike. So hats off to Mike for giving me the information, you know, and clarifying some things for me. So there you go, guys. Things were moved around in different parts of the cemetery, but you know, like I said, what it sounds like, they got permission. They had the coroner out here to assist. So I guess that's the skinny on the Centerville Pioneer Cemetery with those homes so close to it. So thank you all so much, guys. And the video is really done this time, for real. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.